Khan. Hey, Shalom, Shalom, Akiyam. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha, Kwadash. I would also like to give a double honors to the beloved elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. I would also like to say peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, starting with the 144,000 men of Israel, which consists of the servants, the prophets, whom have been ordained since the foundations of this earth to sing this new song, which comes in the form of this gospel, which would be preached throughout all four corners of this earth and rest upon the ears of the innumerable multitude, men, women, and children of Israel, who may be scattered throughout all four corners of this earth. Shalom. Hey, shalom, beloved Akim and Akwat. It's just Bayan back again through the spirit, power, mercy, and grace of our power, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And I just wanted to tap into a brief live stream, pretty much meditating, doing some studying last night, and the spirit hopped on me regarding the title, Heirs to the Throne, man. And when you look into the doctrine that's now being taught throughout Israel, via these sellouts, these apostates, reprobates, all right, men that have gone rogue, there's no validity in their doctrine if you rely on the contract tells the story. There's no validity in their doctrine. The doctrine that Esau has been pushing, which they're sponsoring, they're representing his doctrine, being that they think heathen can be saved. God loves everybody for the most part at that point, right? And pretty much the chosen people, starting with the elect, have pretty much been superseded, all right, via this Renaissance 501c3 Christianity form of doctrine, which it's the furthest thing. It's the furthest thing from the truth, and the scriptures don't lie. From the Torah, all right, to the New Testament, all right, it's established that the Lord is dealing with a specific seed line. It's established from cover to cover, all right, and we're gonna show you that, man. All right, because again, tapping into the heirs. When you go to the book, real quick, when you go to the book of Romans chapter 18, Romans chapter chapter 8. Bear with me. As a matter of fact, yeah, let me just get this real quick. Let's get the definition of an heir, but let's get this first, right? Romans 8, let me see here. I'm going to start at verse 16, right? And it reads, the Spirit itself, the book of Romans chapter 8 and verse 16, the Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit, right, that we are the children of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And this word children goes back to the word ban, you see, or banyam, which would be sons, all right? And you're going to find out that this is not talking about no heathens. Only Israelite men can be sons of God, man. All right? And again, we're going to show you. We're going to go into this, right? So the Spirit will bear witness with the Spirit that we are the children of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. This is why when we highlight you specklebirds, which are you Israelites that may take on the characteristics, of a heathen nation you've grew up in, being that, pursuant to the curses of Deuteronomy 28 and 64, we've been scattered within all nations. You see that? And the Lord did that for a purpose. You see? There's a reason why we're coined as the sand of the sea, right? We're like the stars of heaven. We can't be numbered, man. All right? We're within all nations. But again, the Lord's only dealing with an elect. Okay? And for the most part, Israelites are going to look like so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, but there are going to be Israelites within these heathen nations, point blank, period. And your spirit will bear witness. You will have a fear for the Lord. You will believe in the doctrine. If you're part of the elect, you'll believe in the true doctrine, right? You will reverence the Lord's name, right? But you look like a straight-up Elamite, or Edomite, or Moabite, or Ammonite, or Hamite. But here it is. You're calling on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. You're an Israelite. The spirits bear witness to that. But here's the point. Look at, and if children, then heirs of power, and joint heirs with Mashiach. Watch this. If so be that we suffer with him, that we may be also glorified together. Now, real quick, let's just get this real quick. Before we get into this, let me just get this word heir. We're going to go to etymology. Right, Etymolina online, you get into the root of the word. Right, when you get this word heir, right, under a noun, it says this: one who inherits, okay, or has right of inheritance. You see that? Look, the property of another, which the land belongs to us, that land that these niggas stole. All right, these heathen belong to us, pursuant to Leviticus 25. They're part of our inheritance. All right. And the glory, the promises, and everything we're going to come into, pursuant to Romans 9, belongs to Israel, bro. Starting with the elect. Watch this. Heir, successor, heritage, man. Okay? Inheritance. Right? And who is the heritage? Man, let me get a quick precept. When you go to the book of Psalms real quick, we're going to jump back to Romans as well. When you go to the book of Psalms, is that 33? That word heritage stuck out to me, or inheritance. The book of Psalms, chapter 33 and verse 12 reads this: blessed is the nation, okay, not nations, plural, nation, as in the nation of Israel, the 12 tribes, okay? Now watch this. Blessed is the nation whose God is the Lord Yahweh. Why? Because there's been separation between who the Lord's dealing with and who he's not dealing with. When you go to Sirach 17, all right, and I think it's 17, Sirach 17:17, it tells us that Israel is the Lord's portion. No other nation is the Lord's portion. Look, the Lord, Psalms 33 and 12, blessed is the nation whose power is the Lord Yahweh, and the people whom he hath chosen for his own inheritance, man. Okay? He's chosen. Come on, man. Okay? But who, you have one to ask, but what nation is that talking about? All right, let's simply go here. When you go to the book of Joel, and you can go many places, man. We can go all over the place and prove it. But Joel 2 and 32, and it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord Yahweh shall be delivered. Wait, for in Mount Zion and in Jerusalem shall be deliverance, as the Lord Yahweh has said, and in the remnant, that elect, see that, whom the Lord Yahweh shall call. And that's not even what I wanted through the spirit, but that hit like the nail on the head. I actually wanted Joel 3, Salakia, and verse 20 is what I wanted. But Judah shall dwell forever, Jerusalem from generation, and Salakia, let me read that again. But Judah, Joel 3 and 20, but Judah shall dwell forever, and Jerusalem from generation to generation, right? All 12 tribes. For I will cleanse their blood that I have not cleansed. For the Lord Yahweh dwelleth in Zion. And then we always go into it. Zion's another name for Israel. It's Tezayuan in the Hebrew, which means monument or memorial, a parched place. Right? It's pretty much another name. It's an epithet for Jerusalem, which is a people before it's a place. It's talking to Israel, bro. So in Psalms 33 and 12, that's that nation. All right, now let's go back to Romans 8. Since we established that, right? So now we're tapping into the validity of, all right, who the Lord's truly going to come deliver, who he's truly dealing with, and who are those joint heirs, man? You're going to find out. You got to be of the blood. You got to be of the stock of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And we're going to show you right now. Bear with me, Yaki. Let me go back to that Romans 8. The book of Romans, chapter 8, and verse 17 again. And if children, then heirs of power and joint heirs with Mashiach, if so be that we suffer with him, that we may also be glorified together. Now, hold on. All right? Now, specifically, it mentions Mashiach, right? And you know there's doctrines that's going around the earth. All right, that as long as you choose Christ, you chose Christ today, that you can be saved because you chose Christ. Watch this. When you go to the book of Galatians, bear with me. I want to say that's Galatians, the 3rd chapter. Let me see here. Yep, here it goes. When you go to the book of Galatians chapter 3 and verse 29, it reads this. And if ye be Mashiachs, then ye are Abraham's seed. Okay, why does it say that? As a matter of fact, I got to jump up. Because Yahweh Shai is that seed. He's Isaac. Look, when you go to Galatians 3, what is it, 16? Here we go. We're going to jump back down. Bear with me. Galatians 3 and 16, it reads, Now that Abraham and his seed were the promises made, he saith not into seeds as of many, but as of one, and to thy seed, which is Mashiach. When you go to Genesis, the 17th chapter, you're going to find out that Isaac is the seed, is the chosen seed. Isaac. Okay? That's the chosen seed. That was Yahweh Shai. Isaac was Yahweh Shai. Is. Okay? However you want to, But when you go back, let me jump back down. Right? Let's jump back down to Galatians 3 and 29. Matter of fact, let's start from verse 28. Because this is the thing. Like these niggas, these Christians want to bring these scriptures up, but they don't know what they're talking about. Galatians 3 and 28. There is neither Jew nor Greek. Okay? There is neither bond nor free. And then why does it say that? There is neither male nor female, for ye are all one in Mashiach Yahweh Shai. Why does it say ye are neither Jew nor Greek? Because ultimately you had Hellenized Jews, right? And Jews of the circumcision on the scene. All right? Jake has suffered close to 400 years of Hellenization against the Greeks, from the Greeks, man. You had these Israelites from the southern kingdom specifically, scattered all throughout these Greek provinces, which were once, Roman provinces, which were once Greek provinces, man. All right? Letters were being sent to them by Apostle Paul in the Koine Greek. All right? Which is pretty much a Ebonic form of Greek. All right? Your street Greek, if you want to call it that. That's what they call it in Wikipedia. Okay? Because that's what it tells you that's what the Hellenized Jews were speaking, man. It was a common Greek. They weren't speaking no classical Greek, bro. Apostle Paul was seeking out Jake. You see? Now, when you read down, and if ye be Mashiachs, right, then are ye Abraham's seed, which is talking to Isaac, which is talking to Yahweh Shai, and heirs according to the promise, bro. Okay? And how does that promise trickle down? Let's go ahead. Is that Hebrews 11? How does that promise trickle down, man? And this is the thing. When you stick to the contract, because the scriptures can't be broken. If you're saying anything otherwise, then you're lying. You're a liar. You're going to be found out to be one. Right? Hebrews 11 and verse 9. And it reads, by faith, let me see here. Woo! I got to start up. I got to start from verse 9. Verse 8. Right? The book of Hebrews chapter 11 and verse 8. And it reads, by faith, Abraham, all right, when he was called to go out into a place which he should after receive for an inheritance, right, the land of Canaan, right, obeyed, and he went out, not knowing whither he went. By faith, he sojourned in the land of promise, as in a strange country, dwelling in tabernacles with Isaac and Jacob. Who are they? That is with him of the same promise. Come on now. Okay, that promise, it went from Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. Okay? And where is it going to rest? Hey, you Aki Aminakwat already know. Let's go here real quick. You never see the heathen not, and this is in the Hebrews, bro. This is in the New Testament. I could have grabbed that Genesis 17, but we quoted it. Okay, so we've been all over the place, man. Let's go. Right? And we can keep moving, man. Come on, man. There's so many scriptures, man, proving that the Lord, not only was he prophesied to come, but he was prophesied to come and deliver his people. Right? When you read Isaiah 9, that son, that child that was going to be born, the government's going to be upon his shoulder. That was Yahweh Shai, bro. What government? The cosmos, man. The world that you niggas read, and I'm talking about you wacky tacky bugged out Christians, obviously, that you read in John 3:16, and you think it's talking about the world in the Onkamiya sense, man. As in the world, as in everybody. Nope, you wrong as hell, man. You wrong as hell. Let me get this real quick. And you're gonna find that out because you don't look up words. And even when you do look up the word, you don't believe the report. That's why Isaiah 53 says what it says, man. You see? Who had believed that report? And who is the arm of the Lord revealed, man? So you can sit at these feasts, right? You can try to eat from this meal, right? In the cut in the background, knowledge grabbing and eavesdropping. But at the end of the day, with all the points that are being made and all the clear facts, I guess, for lack of better words, that are being brought out via words being mentioned, history being quoted, as far as words being, the definition of words, the proper context of a word, you see, based off its proper translation, based off its proper origin before it was translated into English, man. Like, even you get all this information and you still can't see the validity behind the reality of the doctrine. You still think everybody can be still. You still think God loves everybody. The Lord's not dealing. But anyways, check this out. Now, in reference to, Salaki, I was doing, man, let me read this one more time and then we'll jump to the precept I need to grab. Hebrews 11:9. Let's read that again and we'll roll right over. Hebrews 11:9. By faith, he sojourned in the land, talking about Abraham. By faith, he sojourned in the land of promise, right? Land of Canaan, as in a strange country, dwelling in tabernacles with Isaac and Jacob, the heirs with him of the same promise, man. The same promise that the Lord promised Abraham. He told Abraham in Genesis 17 that it's going to be within Isaac should I see be called, man. Okay? Doesn't it tell us in 2nd Ezra that Isaac put by Esau, bro? Esau got put by. And Jacob got chose, bro. Okay? Now watch this. And when you go to the book of Ecclesiasticus, also known as the book of Sirach, I'm going to start up. All right? Now, verse 22 is the point, but I'm going to start at verse 19. Abraham, hey, listen, man. See, these people don't got it. The Wadi Yahabah Shem Yahweh Shai for allowing us to receive the truth. The Wadi Yahabah Shem Yahweh Shai. We clearly see. Man. The Lord's dealing, the point I'm making is the Lord, and we know, but I'm just putting it on wax, putting it on the ether. The Lord's dealing with a bloodline and a bloodline only. Okay? You can't be no spiritual Israelite, all right? Unless you come from the stock of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and that's point blank, period. All right? The book of Ecclesiasticus is also known as the book of Sirach, chapter 44, and this nigga stopped right by my car. You see him. 44, demons, bro. 44 and verse 19. Abraham was a great father of many people, and glory was there none like unto him. Right. Now remember, Abraham, the Lord revealed his backside to Abraham. All right? He's seen the glory of Yahweh. All right? You remember, he dealt with Abraham on a high level, bro. You see? That's why the Lord wiped out Dathan, Abiram, and Korah, bro. And over 200 of their renegade followers, man. When they came up against Abraham, man. Showing you, hey, fucking with the Lord's prophets, that's a death wish, man. Okay? That's a death wish, man. Look it. As it continuing on, verse 20, who kept the law of the Most High and was in covenant with him. He established the covenant in his flesh. Okay, now mind you, before the Lord was even dealing with Abraham on a high level, I'm sorry, I retract what I just said. I meant to say, and that's just the devil, because I'm watching niggas. Like, why did you see that? But anyways, Yahweh was dealing with Abraham on a high level, right? Before Abraham was even circumcised, bro. Okay? We're like it under Abraham, man. And through our faith, we're being justified, bro. Matter of fact, let me get a quick precept. Let me jump out of here real quick. The book of Romans, chapter 4. In verse 1, what shall we say then that Abraham our father as pertaining to the flesh hath found? For if Abraham were justified by works, he hath whereof to glory, but not before power. For what saith the scripture? Abraham believed power, and it was counted unto him for righteousness, man. Okay? And again, before Abraham was even circumcised, man. All right? The Lord was dealing with him. His faith justified him. Let's go back. Back in the book of Ecclesiastes, also known as the book of Sirach, chapter 44 and verse 20. Who kept the law of the Most High, speaking about Abraham, and was in covenant with him. Agreement. Okay? Look it. There was a covenant made, a contract. A covenant goes back to a contract, a marriage. Okay? Come on, man. Right? He established the covenant in his flesh. Right? Eventually he became circumcised. And when he was proved, he was found faithful. He was going to go through with the mission, bro. To sacrifice Isaac, even though the Lord told him that through Isaac should thy seed be called, man. He figured, hey, you got a plan, Lord. You see? That was that act of faith that was on display that qualified him, man. Look, therefore he assured him by an oath, a promise, bro. An oath is a promise, man. So here it is, covenants and oaths are being made, okay, with Abraham, okay, through Isaac, and to Jacob. Hold on now. Therefore she assured him by an oath, a promise. And we know the Lord don't break his promises, man. And he would bless the nations, plural, because it's talking to the 12 tribes, because each tribe is likened unto a nation. Dare us to prove that. As a matter of fact, let's do it. Let's go to the book of Galatians real quick. You see, because you got these so-called wannabe apologists that try to trip you up in words like that. It says nations. Like this dumb nigga, all. It says all. Nigga, it's been saying all since 10 years ago, or however long ago you came into the truth. It's been saying all. You just figured it out now? It says all. But anyways, the book of Genesis, the Lord drove me here. We had to go here anyway. Right. Genesis 17. Right here. I'm going to go right to the point. I'm going to start a verse up, right? Genesis 17 and 5. And it reads, neither shall thy name anymore be called Abram, but thy name shall be Abraham, right? Father of many nations, right? Here we go. For a father of many nations have I made thee. Here's the point. Verse 6, and I will make thee exceedingly fruitful, and I will make nations of thee, and kings shall come out of thee. These nations and kings is talking to the 12 tribes of Israel. Is who it's talking to. And we're going to prove it right now when we go back to the book of Ecclesiastes, also known as the book of Sirach. Right? In verse 21 again. Therefore he assured him by an oath that he would bless the nations in his seed. There goes that seed again. Because that seed's talking to Yahushua, which was Isaac. And that he would multiply him as the dust of the earth, and exalt his seed as the stars, and cause them to inherit. There goes that word inherit, which brings you back to air. Okay? From sea to sea, and from the river unto the utmost part of the land. Look at this. With Isaac did he establish likewise for Abraham his father's sake the blessing of all men. Who? Oh, there goes that word all. You have niggas that a nigga would lose his Mitchell and Ness hat. All right, when he sees that, when he's seen it, all is in Israel, bro. Look, all men of Israel. Watch this. And the covenant. And now that's telling you the story. That's proof. Look, and made it rest upon the head of Jacob. He acknowledged him in his blessing and gave him an heritage. See these words that are being thrown around? Heir, heritage, okay? Inherit. This all goes back to the bloodline, bro. And we know this, right? And made it rest upon the head of Jacob. He acknowledged him in his blessing and gave him an heritage and divided his portions among who? The 12 tribes, okay? Did he part them, man? And this can't be misconstrued, okay? It can't be, you can't get no whiteout and white it out and try to make it. This says what it says, and it means what it means, bro. There's no change in this, man. There's no fabricating it. There's no making up oh, okay, so it says nations. It says nations here. So that's no. It says also, all as in Israel first and then the nations. Nope. We're not playing that game, and nor is the Lord. Okay? As a matter of fact, let's close out with this. Let's go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 53, just to bring the point home, right? As far as those joint ears, man. All right, this is what we're coming into, beloved Akiam. All right? And you Akwath will be, blessed in the kingdom as well. Being under those men, all right, that are in the power seat, man. Okay, starting with the elect. Okay? But this all starts, it starts with Yahweh Bashim Yahushai and his men. All right, this is the reality of what we're involved in. Them is a men. You see? Look it. Isaiah 53:10. I'm going to read on down. Yet it pleased the Lord Yahweh to bruise him. He hath put him to grief. Right, and this is prophesying of Yahushai. This is talking about Yahushai. When thou shalt make his soul an offering for sin, he shall see his seed. See how the Lord, seeds being thrown around. Seed goes back to sperma, okay? In the Greek, bloodline. All right? Hence why the Lord is going to knock off Esau's seed. When he highlights how he's going to knock off son and nephew. All right? When you read in various scriptures, Isaiah, Job. All right? The Lord's going to knock off Esau's seed line by knocking off son and nephew, man. Knock the niggas off, you knock off the nation. Look, he shall prolong his days, and the pleasure of the Lord Yahweh shall prosper in his hand. He shall see the travail of his soul, and shall be satisfied by his knowledge. Shall my righteous servant justify many, for he shall bear their iniquities, man. And this is what Yahushua did when he went through with that crucifixion, man. When he went through with the mission, man. Oh, it's all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man. Yahushai is to be worshipped, bro. Yahushai made it happen. Through his blood, we're covered, man. Lord willing, with the elect. But you got niggas trying to disannul Yahushai. You got niggas trying to claim preeminence on Yahushai. You got niggas that don't want to even give glory to Yahushai. It's all praise to the Most High. But don't you niggas realize that Yahushua is the way, the truth, and the light? No man can go to the Father but through him. They don't believe that, though. A lot of these guys don't believe in the crucifixion. They don't believe in the resurrection, is what I meant to say. They don't believe in the resurrection, man. A lot of these guys don't believe in the resurrection. And you see it in their behavior. But as the Lord took out Prince of the Power, all right, where the word out here now, he took out Prince of the Power, and there's going to be more. You see? Now, Prince of the Power, he knows who he is now. He knows the validity of reincarnation. Now he knows the truth. He knows the truth now, man. And he'll be in the kingdom glorified, man. But you niggas better watch out. Anyways, niggas teaching this false doctrine, man. Lying on the Lord, lying on his men. Woo, you better watch out. Anyways, continuing on Isaiah 53:12. Therefore, will I divide him a portion with the great, and he shall divide the spoil with the strong, man. Okay? And Lord willing, we them strong. Lord willing, we them. Okay? Lord willing, we them first fruits, Akiyam. Okay? Well, what about to come into words can't explain, man? We can't even imagine it, man. And he was numbered with the transgressors. Forgive me, I skipped the line. Because let me start over. Isaiah 53:12. See? Man. Therefore will I divide him a portion with the great, and he should divide the spoil with the strong. Because he hath poured out his soul unto death, and he was numbered with the transgressors, man. And so will we. So will we be. We will be numbered with the transgressors as well. It's not going to be fair. Okay? As Elder Yashawamba has said many times over, man. It's not going to be fair, bro. But guess what? It's going to be a bittersweet victory, man. This is going to be the greatest underdog story known in human history, man. Because we are about to win. Through Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Akiyam and Akwaf, we're about to win, man. Right? And he bare the sin of many, man. And made intercession for the transgressors, bro. Right? He's our propitiation. He's our mediator, bro. Yahweh Shai, and it's through him we're about to win. All right? And those heirs, all right, those joint heirs are Israelite men. All right? No heathen will be, no Moabite, all right, is going to be on no throne. Talking about we having seafood tonight. No. Nope. All right, a Hamite not going to be on the throne eating monkey and gorilla nuts and all types of crazy shit, man. Nope. All right? Come on, man. My goodness, bro. Let me go to the comment board real quick before I close up. These niggas piss you off. Hey, and shalom to you, beloved Akiyam and Akwa on the comment board. Hey, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Barakatham to you, beloved Akiyam and Akwaf, man. Khan. Let me, yeah, brother, the heathens can't touch this, man. You can't build with us, man. Get up out of here, man. You cannot build with us. Nope. Access denied, bro. You are outside of the temple, profane. The heathen are profane. They're outside of the temple, starting with Esau. Let me get a precept from one of the brothers here, and we gone. Right? This is from the beloved brother, the Hopeful Elect 3. Oh, the brother, hey, he got it. He posted it as well. That's the spirit. And we'll read it again and we'll close out. The book of Ecclesiasticus, also known as the book of Sirach, chapter 44 and verse 23, again, through the spirit. With Isaac did he establish likewise for Abraham, his father's sake, the blessing of all men and the covenant, and made it rest upon the head of Jacob. He acknowledged him in his blessing, bro, right? And gave him an heritage and divided his portions among the 12 tribes did he part them. You see that? So, hey, you already know, beloved Akiyam and Akwaf, man. It was through the spirit, you know, the spirit moved me to tap into this, man, because this is what we're about to come into. We're about to come into thrones and scepters, man. And because we honor wisdom, we're going to reign forevermore, man. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakha, Kwadash. A double honors to you, to the beloved elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. A Lord willing, you beloved Akiyam and Akwaf were edified, spiritually fed. And Lord willing, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai be with you in your future endeavors. Let's get this money, man. All right, let's get this spiritual money. All right, we're about to win, beloved Akiyam and Akwaf. Stay prayed up, fast as well as pray. Keep fighting. Don't waver. Don't give up. We're close, man. We're close, man. Pray to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai for more faith, more strength. All right, and more fear for him, man. And more fear for him. Because we understand the fear of the Lord, that's the key recipe. You see? That'll keep you locked in this thing, man. So I'm going to leave it there, beloved Akiyam and Akwaf. Till next time, hey, shalom.